The Court of Appeal in London has ruled that the UK government's plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda was unlawful, due to concerns about the safety of the East African country. The judges sided with migrants and campaigners who argued that the UK government couldn't ensure that asylum seekers sent to Rwanda wouldn't be returned to the country they were fleeing. Human rights groups welcomed the ruling, but Kigali responded with indignation, asserting that it met UN standards for refugee treatment. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak expressed respect for the court's decision but fundamentally disagreed with the judge's conclusions. He strongly believed that the Rwandan government had provided sufficient assurances to prevent the wrongful return of asylum seekers relocated under the Rwanda policy to third countries. Sunak insisted that Rwanda was a safe country and announced plans to appeal the decision to the Supreme Court. Yolanda Makolo, a government spokeswoman, stated that Rwanda remained committed to making the partnership work and asserted that Rwanda was one of the safest countries in the world. While acknowledging that the ultimate decision rested with the UK's judicial system, she disagreed with the ruling that Rwanda was unsafe for asylum seekers and refugees. The majority of judges studying the appeal were not convinced by Rwanda assurances, concluding that sending anyone to Rwanda would violate Article 3 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which prohibits torture, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Yasmin Ahmed, the UK director of Human Rights Watch, described the verdict as rare good news in the UK's otherwise bleak human rights landscape. She called on the government to focus on ending the hostile environment for refugees and asylum seekers instead of treating them like cargo that can be shipped elsewhere. The UN Refugee Agency (UNHCR) urged the UK government to explore other alternatives, such as cooperation with European neighbours and implementing fair and fast asylum procedures, which would be more humane, efficient, and cost-effective. Dealing with asylum claims has become a political challenge for Prime Minister Sunak's Conservative government, which promised to regain control of the country's borders after the UK's departure from the EU. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson introduced the controversial deportation proposal in 2022. Rights groups and charities opposed the plan, successfully blocking the first removal flights in June of the following year through legal action. In December, 2 High Court judges dismissed the claims against the deportation scheme, ruling it legal but emphasizing that the government should consider the circumstances of each case before deporting individuals. In response, a group of 10 asylum seekers from various countries and the charity Asylum Aid appealed the decision.